This is Group 7's Workshop 3 presentation on use case and volere templates. In this presentation, we will first show the requirements that our group came up with after a survey was completed and further refinement from feedback. We then show the requirements that we have decided to use for this presentation. From these, we have completed a basic use case diagram, use case descriptions, and volere templates. The general requirements that we believe our solution should have are thumbnail overview of photos, automatic tagging of photos with the date that they were taken, drag and drop support, the ability to add and remove tags from one or more photos simultaneously, being able to export photos, searching for tags via or according to certain criteria, simple and complex layout, automatic photo importing from the camera or removable media, being able to sort tags via or according to a certain criteria, for instance alphabetically, having the option to choose so that when searching for tags, it shows related tags and photos that are associated with the related tags, being able to tag individual parts of a photo, having frequently used tags shown, and also auto-completion when typing out tags. Out of those requirements, we chose the following, as we believe they were very important. The ability to add, remove, and modify tags, sorting tags via or according to certain criteria, the simple and advanced mode options for program layout, and being able to search for relevant tags. The ability to add multiple tags to multiple photos at once. This shows a basic use case diagram of our system, including the chosen requirements. Next, we came to the use case descriptions. One important thing to note is that we did not fully understand what iteration or business rules meant. We also assumed that alternative paths were the same as exception handling. We believed that a user would find it helpful to be able to search for similar tags in their associated photos. An example being that the user wants to find a specific dog photo but cannot remember more specific tags. In this search option, the user selects for any exact matches or for any tag that is located below the searched for tag in the hierarchy. These will be displayed by relevance on the screen for the user to peruse and select at their leisure. The requirement of adding multiple tags to multiple photos is very important, especially in saving time. Instead of this use case description, including removing and modifying multiple tags to multiple photos, we have split them up into 3 sections, and only chose adding for the description. The ability to easily tag huge quantities of photos can save the program from being annoyingly frustrating, sitting for hours while seemingly getting nowhere, to a painless and, dare I say it, even fun process? Tagging photos with ease. Without this, users may never want to take another photo ever again. Switching between interface modes was an interesting requirement. We wouldn't want users to be scared away by the complexity of the program. but we wouldn't want them to shun the program for its simplicity and lack of detailed features. Therefore, to cater to the many different varieties of people, we believe it is important to have a simple and more complex layout that the user can select depending on their preference and technical abilities. Being able to add, remove, and modify tags is the requirement that being able to add, remove, and modify multiple tags extends off. Organizations simply would not be easily possible if tagging did not exist. Although tagging can get quite complicated, if executed in the correct way, it can save hours. We chose to do all three instead of splitting them up, like the use case for multiple tags, because it helps show the details, although generally each one should be a separate use case description. One thing to note in our completion of the Volere templates was that we were unsure of the requirement number, requirement type, event number, and the supporting materials. For adding, modifying, and removing tags, we believed customer satisfaction and dissatisfaction were both 5, as it is very critical to a user. They would be highly upset, maybe even outraged, if the option was not available, but if it was, they would be happy and probably thankful for time not wasted. For the sorting requirement, as this is pretty detrimental to a user's happiness and continued use of the program, was given a 5 for customer dissatisfaction. If it wasn't available, the company would sure hear about it. It was given a 4 for customer satisfaction, because although if it was implemented in the program, users may take it for granted and therefore not be as happy with the feature, as they don't realize how much it makes their lives easier. Having a simple and complex layout option was rated 3 for both customer satisfaction and dissatisfaction, as although it may be important, it isn't necessarily a make or break component. It could improve users' experience or frustrate a user to some degree, but not necessarily to the point where they destroy the poor computer. As for the last slide, having relevant tags and their associated photos appear when a word is searched for is not seen as something that users would specifically ask for. But a user may get very frustrated if they could not remember the exact photo tag they want to find, and had no way of easily finding it, having to sift through thousands of photos. Therefore, customer satisfaction was 3, and dissatisfaction was 4. Tagging multiple photos with multiple tags at the same time is going to make a user quite grateful or very annoyed, depending on whether it is possible or not, which is where the 4 for customer satisfaction and the 5 for customer dissatisfaction comes from. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch Group 7's Workshop 3 on Use Case and Volere Requirements.